What is up, folks? It's your host with the most JRGD, a little bit of N64, Stone Cold, with the victory. It's WWF No Mercy on the N64. That's right, I still got it. If you don't got it, get it again. Most incredible game you'll ever play. Let me turn this off real quick. Alright, well, get that little out of my system. It's time for the Wrestling Revolution episode number 4, right? On 4? We'll say 4. A lot of action to talk about this week. This might be a 3-part video, to be honest with you. There's so much to talk about. I have 2 Smackdowns to talk about, a Raw, an ECW Superstars, UFC, and Impact, all in one program. So, let's start off with last week's Smackdown. What the heck happened? Oh, Rey Mysterio defeated Chris Jericho, Intercontinental Champion match. Great matchup. Great contest. Dolph Ziggler interferes at the end, building to a Dolph Ziggler Mysterio feud, which called me. That's me. But that was a week ago. Anyway, let's move on to Monday Night Raw. Seth Green was your guest host, and he main events Monday Night Raw to get one punch thrown. You know, but besides Seth Green in that match, that 6-man tag with Triple H and Cena against Legacy, what was a decent main event, but it was definitely carried by the other 5 combatants. Seth Green, the one punch in there. Yeah. But it did build the groundwork for Triple H and Cena, bickering on the way to Night of Champions. So it makes the triple threat a little more interesting. Now, next week on Raw, the guest host is none other than ZZ Top. Hopefully we get a performance from ZZ Top. It should be interesting how they play off this ZZ Top thing as the guest host on Monday night. And when Raw rolls in this Monday, we'll be 6 days away from Night of Champions. So you can bet every champion is going to be in action, building to those big matches at Night of Champions. Every championship on the line next Sunday night on pay-per-view. ECW on Sci-Fi. The gold standard Shelton Benjamin defeats the number 1 contender Christian. That one was a very competitive contest as well. Does not win the Match of the Week award. Sorry, guys. It was a good match, though. It was a really good match. Vladimir Kozlov down there. So they're trying to play Kozlov as the I guess the next in line, which sucks. But Kozlov took on time during the main event. Not a very good match. Vladimir Kozlov, to me, should not be in a title picture at all. That's just my opinion. Let's see. Moving on to WWE Superstars. Dolph Ziggler challenged Mysterio Intercontinental title. That one is signed for Night of Champions, so Dolph Ziggler could be the next Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Not a great episode of Superstars. A decent main event between the Hart Dynasty and Crime Time. At least a tag team feud is building in WWE somewhere. So, But it's a shame that there isn't more tag team excitement in WWE anymore. TNA Impact on Spike TV. We had the continuing saga of Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, Main Event Mafia, the power struggle. And the opening promo with Mick Foley and Kurt Angle was actually really well done. I really liked that promo, the way it was written. And it's a shame that this match at Victory Road is going to be a dud, because the build-up for this match actually very, very well. The promo work between Kurt Angle and Mick Foley, very good, only to sadly suffer in the match. But, let's see here. The 6-man tag elimination matchup on Impact was very good. It was Beer Money and AJ Styles against the Main Event Mafia. It was actually a decent matchup. It was good. Except AJ got eliminated first, which was, But Kevin Nash pinned him. It builds Kevin Nash up as a legitimate number 1 contender for the Legends Championship this Sunday. Homicide is the new TNA X Division champion. He cashed in that Feast or Fire briefcase with the Gringo Killer. So at least the X Division Championship is now away from the suicide angle where, the mask is not overshadowing the championship belt. However, the belt is not on pay-per-view this Sunday at Victory Road. And to think about it, not many X Division stars are on the pay-per-view this Sunday, which is kind of weird. But there's one more important thing to say about Homicide. His victory promo, very, very hard to understand. I didn't know what he was saying a lot of the time. And it makes me wonder how long he'll be the X Division title holder. I know Hernandez is injured with a neck injury, but Homicide to me couldn't have good build-up to matches by himself. The LAX as a gang and a thug could have great build-ups, but by himself, Homicide is a small man, and him being a legitimate thug doesn't have that same effect. Main event this past Thursday on Impact, Sting and Kurt Angle inside the 6 Sides of Steel. Samoa Joe comes out, and we have the first video package for Samoa Joe's guest advisor. The FTW on the screen, the orange logos, the 13s. If you don't know by now, you need to watch Victory Road and find out. But for all of you that know, it's going to be weird how they throw his hand to the Main Event Mafia. He didn't have that same feel as the Main Event Mafia. But, decent cage match. Not a great cage match. Main Event Mafia at the end beats up Foley, Jarrett, and Sting, showing dominance in TNA. And, it was alright. Friday Night Smackdown this past Friday, last night. John Morrison again pins the world's heavyweight champion CM Punk. This makes Morrison a legitimate contender for the world's heavyweight title. John Morrison can be, a legit superstar. He could be a top contender for the world's heavyweight title. Edge out of the picture, that brings an open slot for Morrison. And it's time for my segment, the match of the week. And I'm going to give it to John Morrison versus CM Punk. Tremendous contest. If you haven't watched it, go ahead, watch Friday Night Smackdown. Go find it on YouTube. Watch the replay somewhere. That was a tremendous back and forth, good technical contest between two young, future Hall of Famer stars. I'm calling it right now. Hold me to it. Edge's promo with Chris Jericho, very, very, emotional. It leaves you guessing. Edge hinting retirement, but also hinting at Jericho feud. So we'll have to see what that plays out later on SmackDown. Further along in Edge's recovery. And what else? The main event: Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho versus Mysterio and Hardy. Jericho early night had a promo, hinting a new tag team partner. Many people thought it would be Dolph Ziggler, but it's not. He is the Intercontinental Championship match. He may do double duty. We'll find out later. But good back and forth. Kind of CM Punk comes in, distracts Jeff Hardy, and then at the end of the matchup, Jericho attacks Hardy, and CM Punk leaves him hanging, which really shocks a lot of people. But it definitely solidifies CM Punk as a heel. Folks, still to come this week on the Wrestling Revolution. I ended the video, for part 1. Stupid webcams. UFC 100. There's a lot of talk about that still. Bobby Lashley signing to TNA. Your questions, Victory Road predictions, and so much more. We'll see you right now.